Well, hello again. Sorry about that. I think my feed went down for some reason then. So not to worry. I've made a start. Let's just give you a quick recap. Here we go. 247 today, regular tile. I've added a little bit of ink around it. And just to sort of get us going, I've created this sort of swirly shape, 2 lines. And then on the end there, I've added a couple little bubbles, an extra little line there, and then a second bubble or a third bubble. And I want to do the same on the other end. So let's go a little bit bigger now. There we are. So a little bubble there. Okay, and then another one. And then just a couple of little lines. See, just sort of extending it smaller. I might even do a little one there as well. Let's do the same on that end. There we go. All right. So that's sort of our first starting point. Next bit then, let's have a look. I'm going to start in one of these shapes here. So you could start this side or you could start this side. It really doesn't matter. Whatever is more comfortable for you. And I'm going to start sort of at the top. And I'm going to create a line coming out. And then it sort of comes in at an angle and down, following that curve. Okay, hello again. I noticed, I don't know what happened, it just suddenly died. So I thought, right, okay, not a problem. Let's just carry on. Let's start where we left off. So I'm sorry if you're still struggling to catch up. I'll take it easy with this one. There we are, all right. So far, look, you see I've done this lovely little swirl. I've added a couple little bubbles either side. There we are. And then I've got these lovely sort of lines coming in here. Okay, just thought I'd test you all, see if you could find me. Still another. You notice that they're getting smaller, but I'm still going back to that same curve at the bottom there. All right. Yeah, all in. Facebook is awkward. I'm still struggling with the few bits and pieces. I'm trying to get it there. Okay, you see how this one started to sort of curve now? Because it's following that shape. There we go. And around. And then I'm going to do another one. There we are. And around. Okay. So I'm going to put a little line in each one there. Not all the way up to the top. But each one just a little bit further on. Again, bringing it down into that curve. There we go. All right. Hi, Pat. So, little dot, I think, and then a couple of smaller ones. Just following on from that line there. Same again. So, yeah, some of you will be doing this with your Jubilee tiles then. Which one to do? Are you going to go the bright white? Are you going to do red? Are you going to do blue? Oh, decisions. There we go. Oh, and Wendy, you're going to have such fun with those stencils. Okay, see we've got this sort of shape here. I'm going to put a little bubble in there. Just take your time with it. There we go. No rush at all with that one. And then I can get another one in here. Again, just take your time. No rush with it at all. There we go. Yelling, of course. You can, absolutely. Okay, so I'm going to sort of stay on this row here. There we are. Got this little bit here. So I'm going to do a similar thing. I'm going to come out and then in. See my curves, it's not really a curve, it's more of an angle, isn't it? So if you've done a curve there, that's fine. Let's do another one. Sort of comes in, so it's a little bit triangular at the top maybe. There we go. And this one, because it's real close to the edge there, I'm going to put another one in because I've already got bubbles there, so it really doesn't matter. And then as before, let's add these little lines in. Another one there. You see how it's a lot thicker there because I've continued to take those lines back. Just adds a little bit of definition there. And these ones. Okay, so we've got those two. Let's just wavy is a little bit different than mine, depending on where you began. All right. And keeping it going. This time I'm going to stop there because I want this little shape. So let's continuing it down. There we go. I don't know, Lynn. I know it just paused. It's not good, is it? If it does, I'll finish and I'll start again where we left off. So if it causes a problem, then not to worry. We'll just connect again. Oh, that's me moving. Just thought it might be worth trying a different part of the classroom. There we go. I know, Teresa, it's not good, is it? Let's see if it's where I am rather than. Okay, where were we? Okay, we did this one, so let's do the same in this one. Oh, okay. Right, let's go from here. Bringing it up and around. And then same again. Oh yeah. And again. Alright, there's no rush with this. Take your time with it. Just sort of enjoy those lines. And when you get to the bottom, just sort of continue it round a little bit. And then the same. There we go. We've got that lovely little shape there again. So let's put these little lines in. You know, to each one it gets a little bit taller. It just sort of works with the shape, and you can bring these lines down and then little dots. Oh yeah, you might get 2 in there, you might get 3. Depends how large your line was when you drew it. So, let's fill that bit. You see, each little dot gets a little bit smaller each time as well. Okay, so let's have a look. I reckon, looking at this, let's have a, pull it out again. I reckon we could get one in here, you know. Shall we? Yeah, let's do it. So I'm going to go from this way then. See, you can look at yours, and if you think there's no chance of another one here, then not to worry. So you know, have a look at your tile and you make the decision if you think you need to do another one. I'm going to fill that in now. And then another one here. There we go. Just sort of skimming that bubble there. And then let's add these lines in as before. Oh, thank you, Bonnie. It is, yeah, signal's not so good today. But I hope it's going to just hold out while we do this. But, I know some of you are asking about crafters and when I'm next on there. I've sort of got a date. It's possibly going to be the 24th of this month, so that should be nice. That's nice. Look at that. I like it that way. I quite like it that way. But we'll see. We've got other things to do in there yet, so let's have a go. I mean, we could actually put another one in here. Shall we? Yeah, let's do it. Well, if I do it, and then if you think, well, do you know what? I'm going to leave mine. At least you know how it's going to look. But entirely up to you. I do like this shape. It's really nice with that curve, isn't it? So again, I'm going to do one more, I think, there. There we go. Oh, it seems like people are out on their holidays now. I hope you're having a good time. And thank you for taking time out of sun, sea and sand to do a bit of tangling with us. There we go. Oh, Lynn, I knew you were going to ask. I'm prepared. I think I'm going to do one here as well. Just sort of finish it off. I am going to be bringing the Brunzio pencils to Hobby Maker. I do have a few, so I thought we'd take them on. And a couple of bits and pieces. Some you might have seen before, some you might not. Alright, do we think, yeah? I think it probably needs those bubbles in there, or shall I leave it? Let me have a look. I think I'm going to leave it. But if you want to do this, you can put 2 bubbles in there. It's entirely up to you. Okay, so next little job then. I love that, it's really nice, isn't it? So I'm going to go a little bit bigger. And let's start. Doesn't matter where you start because we're going to do a few of these. I'm going to start, I think maybe down here. I'm going to pull out a line. And I'm going to put a little sort of teardroppy shape there. Not too small, there you go. And a couple of little lines either side. And then I'm going to do a few more. So maybe a couple there, see, and maybe one there. I don't want them all completely symmetrical, so one there. And let's put these little droplets on the end there. There we go. And then put those little curves in. There we are. Makes a little bit of a difference, doesn't it? You could do this with our regular leaf sort of flourish and have all these going down the side, but I want it a little bit different. Oh, Lynn, if we get time at the end, I'll show you. It's a little bit different, it's a little bit different. Okay, now I'm going to do what we'd call an aura, but I'm going to go quite close around this shape that we've created. See, quite close all the way around. Okay. Joanne, yes, the new item is for Hobby Maker this Thursday, and it's taken me quite a while to do, so I'm really looking forward to showing you. Really proud of it, actually. Alright. And along and up. There we go. And just follow it around. Don't worry about keeping any sharp edges. Just sort of go round. I think down here though, see I'm coming back in to meet it. But you can do them all round if you like. Just sort of take your time. Okay. Again, working my way, so joining up. Don't think you've got to do the whole line in one go. Sometimes if you find that you're tensing your hands, just relax it. You don't want to be getting cramp in your hand because you're trying to focus. So stop and start if you need to. There we go. There we are. Let's have a look at that. Look at that. Okay, so I'm going to do another. Let's bring it out this side. So again, not too small. And then little droplet on the top. There we are, same as before. Oh, thank you, Joanne. It's honestly, it's not necessarily about the stenciling instructions or whatever it may be. It's about how you all create something from it. That's the marvellous thing. I'm just the facilitator. There we are, see? I'm going to do these droplets and little curved lines. There we go. And then there. Let's do the aura again. So I'm going to start here. So stop and start. Don't think you've got to do it all in one go. Keep it close. Oh, that's a bit too close, but that's okay. And around. we stop there. And then coming back up. At least on Thursday it's not 8, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. Not that I mind, it was really nice. It was lovely to meet Ruth. And Dobby's done nothing but talk about her ever since. Actually, Dobby's refused to come in the office because he doesn't want to spoil his clothes. So I've promised him I will make him a pair of jeans. So he's got a pair of jeans for the office. And then he'll come in, he says. He says if I don't, he's going to move in with Pauline Wheeler. And he has actually got his bags packed. So I've ordered some denim. Gotta love him. I think he just thinks he's living in the life of luxury at the minute and he's got no work to do, so yeah. There we are. Oh, thank you, Lynn. I appreciate that. I really do. So I do try and come out with a few new bits and pieces just to keep you going, challenge you a little bit. I know that the Create Art project was a little bit of a challenge because that's got no stencil in it. It was all just about the instructions, but please bear with it and keep trying it if you've not finished it yet. I've got one in progress, so perhaps I'll photograph it and post it, and then do a little bit more, and so you can see the steps and how I'm finishing it. Oh, Chris, that'd be lovely, because we could do him a denim jacket, couldn't we, to go with his jeans? So, absolutely. And he's got some really cool shoes to wear with his jeans. He's actually also, you know, when he did his shopping spree the other week, he brought some sandals. So I'm expecting that he's going to want a shorts and t-shirt soon, so. Alright, keep it close. Just work your way around it. Just turn your tile if you need to. There we go. Wendy. Well, it's a nice addiction, isn't it? There's always so many things. Do you know, I'm really impressed as well of all the mandalas that you've been creating from the stencils. They're fabulous. Oh yeah, I'm gonna work on a few more of those, I think. Get a few more out to you, so. Very nice. They were lovely to sort of create, so lovely to work with. Yeah, Lenny will need some cool shades, so there we go. I know, Reba, if it's a different type of denim, I think that's okay. It's when there's 2 lots of denim, but with Dobby, you know, he doesn't think about fashion, he just wears what he wants. So, yeah, he doesn't care. He's going to be a sandals and socks person, I just know it. There's no way you're going to get him wearing an outfit without socks. Alright. So again, keeping it really close, following it round. Stop and start when you need to. Don't think you've got to do it all at once. Okay? Oh no, Nicola, it's funny. There you are. That's sort of coming around. Come on, this is Dobby we're talking about. Maybe we'll have a chat with him and see. Maybe we'll get Tommy to have a chat with him about men's fashion. Oh dear. There we are. Okay. Let's have a look at this then. So you see we've got this lovely sort of little design coming around. Oh, Sheila, that'd be amazing. Yeah, some shades for Dobby. I don't know it's going to need a bigger suitcase, the rate we're going on. So see, sometimes it's nice to put these lines in first. And sometimes you might find that you want to add each droplet on individually. It's entirely up to you which way you go. Okay. So I think actually it possibly needs one there as well. Like I'm going to do one. So it looks like it's going through underneath there. All right. And along. And working around. And down. So, you know, I'm going to sort of start here and come downwards. Now you turn your tile so it works with you being comfortable. It's lovely, isn't it? I'm really pleased with this. It's a nice one. I mean, I did ink around the tile in black. You don't have to, of course. But I just wanted it to be dark around the edge and quite light on the inside. So that's why I went for a dark ink. You can do whatever you like. I think I'm going to bring a little bit of coloured pencil into it, but not much. Just maybe a little bit of an accent. So we'll see when it's drawn. I think I need to do another one of these yet. So let's have a look at it. All right. Well, I don't know, maybe do I? Because if I do another one, I've got 3 on one side and 3 on the other. Do I want another one coming out of here? Or I think I am going to put those bubbles in there, actually. All right. See, it's nice to go back and just check. You can add things whenever you like. It really doesn't matter. And I think I'm going to add a few bubbles in around the place as well. There we are. I'm not going to sort of overdo it, although can you overdo it with bubbles? Add a few in there. Maybe a little one there. Oh, thank you, Bernadette. Do you know, it means ever such a lot. And we could have stopped, couldn't we, at the end of lockdown? We could have decided that that was going to be it, but I think we're having way too much fun, honestly, to actually sort of say we're not going to do any more. All right then, I'm going to come in with the regular pencil first, and I'm going to start in the middle with these shapes. So I think I'm going to bring the colour in on these little bubbles, so everything else is going to be in with all this. So let's add some to the bottom here. We want it to be quite dark there. Okay. And then there's 2 ways of doing this. We could add a little bit down here, or we could add a bit at the top there. I think I'm going to go for the top today. There we are. Maybe just a little bit down the side as well. So working on each one of those. I'm not being too light with it today, but again, if you want to do it light and build up the layers, you can. It's fine. There you go. Oh, I know, Nicola, they're part of mine as well. I don't know what I'd do with myself if I didn't do a tile at least once a week. There you go. And in and along there. There we go. See, I'm just bringing it down a little bit there. Okay. So, same with this one. Again, top and bottom. Just bring it down a little bit further there. And I think actually I'm going to go back and I'm going to put a border in. Just to sort of contain it, but I can do that afterwards. I'll do that when I've done all this. So, same here. So, just a little bit more down that side. And then it's quite small, but still do it a bit at the bottom. Oh, Pat, I know it's our little community, isn't it? Now it's not just about coming and doing the tile. It's about actually saying hello to people, meeting each other again, isn't it? this is just, you know, this is just part of the fun, but it is about people meeting. Speaking of that, of course, we've got the tile swap going out on Friday. So you've still got a couple of days to get that in. I've noticed some new names, which is lovely. And of course, Leslie and I have put ours in, so if you get a chance. And then, of course, it's always the new one is going to be the third Monday in the month. Nicola, we got yours this morning. I've opened yours. So we did have some in the post. So got that one. It's gone in the box with the others. There we go. See, sort of filling those bits in. Let's do this one as well. There we go. And again at the top. Just going down a little bit more on that side. Okay. So let's have a look at these. I'm just going to add a little bit, so just a little bit to the side, just like a little smile, a little smirk on the end there. It doesn't matter which side, mix and match it. We don't want to be doing a huge amount. And it's going to give it a little bit of shade. Oh, Elizabeth, that's lovely to hear. Tommy's working through book 1 at the minute. He's doing really well. So we'll be getting him up to shape in no time at all. There we go. All right, so I'm going to just use my tortillon and soften all this out first, and then I'm going to come back and add a little bit more pencil. But my tortillon's across the room. Got it. Okay. All right. Oh, Nicola, it's fabulous. Honestly, don't worry about it at all. Never worry about sending a tile in. It's about you spending some time to create something for somebody else. And it is a bit of a challenge, isn't it? Because with all these tiles, you follow what I do, but with those, you've got a specific tangle and you have to come up with the design. So it gets you thinking, and I know sometimes it can be a bit tricky. But honestly, they're all fabulous. All of them. You know? Some people will struggle with some with others, so don't worry about it. You know. You see, I'm leaving that little bit in the middle there. I'm not wanting to cover the whole thing, but just sort of working along both edges there. There we go. That's lovely, isn't it? Same with the others. Not too much pressure, I don't think it's necessary. But again, if you can quite light, you might want to go over the top of it. Oh, Nicola, we'll get you there. That's the whole point of doing them. You know, it starts you off on that road of trying something a bit different. There you go. And creating your own different bits and pieces. Thank you, Leslie.
You're welcome.
Cup of tea time.
Hi, guys.
Oh, she is. There we go. All right. See, just little bits. And the same sort of thing across the bottom there. And then along. So what's going to be the next tile swap then? Got to come up with a tangle we've not used before. And then, at least I give you some ideas. Looking forward to it. It'll be fun. Okay, let's have a look at this, where we are so far. All right, look at that. I'm just going to sort of softly touch the little smirky shapes. Again, I'm not covering it completely. Let's go a little bit bigger. we go. We do have Tommy joining us today, so when you see Leslie Alf, he's following along with the tile whilst Leslie's packing. She'll catch up later. There we are. We'll get Tommy to do the tile swap as well next time, so that'd be quite fun, won't it? Get him to come up with a new tile as well. All right, so let's have a look what we've got here. I think we need a little bit of pencil now, just on the bottom edge of these here. I'm not going to overdo this, because otherwise we could end up with graphite everywhere and no sort of set design, because what I'd like to do is a little bit of shading around that main shape. See, just pulling it up a bit. I'm not going to do loads. There you go. Okay. So, taking my pencil now, I'm not going to go as heavy as I did before. I'm going to add a bit of graphite just around those edges. See, just working my way around over everything that's been before. I'm going to sort of stop there. Okay. And then here, I'm going to sort of start about here again. And work my way around. So I'm not being particularly neat, but I'm not pressing on as much as I did before. Okay. Cheryl, it's my regular pencil. You wanting to be at least a B or a 2B pencil, a HB if you've got nothing else, but they tend to work best. You notice now, look, I'm working in swirls. I just want to sort of pull that pencil out a little bit. There we go. Sort of following it round. There we go. Just a little bit to sort of finish off there. Not too much pressure. I know, Joe. Maybe, Joe, I'll roll the dice and see what comes. And then we'll do that one for our tile swap. Maybe I'll do that. But I do have to think, you know, I want to make sure that it's achievable for everybody. And lots of different ways, so I'll sort it, don't you worry. There we go. Alright, so I did say I was going to put a border on, so I'm going to do that before I add any colour. So let's have a look at border wise. I don't want to zoom, there we go. So I'm going to come in, I'm not going to worry about it being too straight. And so let's put one in here. So of course I'm going to go underneath if I need to. Come on, about there. Same here. Let's sort of work it out. And if you think, oh, I'll use a straight edge, that's fine. If you want to do a slightly more wavy design, that's fine too. Whatever works. It's just sort of gauging it by eye. I'm going to join them together in a minute. There we are. Okay, and about there. So just sort of working it down that way. And I'm going to just join it there. There you go. So back in with a little bit of pencil. And again, you can go outside or inside this border, really, whatever works for you. I'm going to go inside and I'm pressing on a little bit. I want to get a good shadow in here. And so just sort of keep my way around. Oh, a decision on colour now. I'm going to have a think about what colours to use just while I'm going around and doing this little border. I think maybe blue Yeah, maybe blue with a bit of green. All right. So again, because I've gone quite heavy, you want to go in with a little bit of a swirl to get it started. And I'm going to go behind everything, so it's all about that depth again, isn't it? Giving it something to sort of look more three-dimensional if we can. There we are. Turn it around there. Soften it up this way. And of course we could bring our white chalk pencil in to give it a few highlights. I think maybe we'll do that. I'm just going to see how it goes with the coloured pencil first. Okay. And just sort of those little bits there. There we are. And turning it round. Oh, orange and purple. That could be quite a nice combination. Could do that. Yeah, we've not used orange and purple in ages. Let's do it. Okay. So let's have a look what I've got. Okay, so let's come in with a little bit of purple first then, shall we? What do I have? Got a couple there, a couple of purples. And of course I need a white pencil in with this as well. So let's start. I'm going to put the white in first, just so I know that, where I'm going to head. I want a bit of a highlight. So I'm looking at these bubbles. I'm just going to add a bit of a white line on there. Now, you might not see this. It depends on what colour tile you've actually got. But when you get to it, I'm going to do it on these as well. And, of course, these larger ones. So, yeah, you can feel it. So when you actually come in with your colour, you know it's there. All right, let's start with the darker purple, I think. I'm going to go in the middle there. Or shall no, I'm going to go on the edge. I'm going to do orange there. And let's bring a little bit of purple in. I'm going to do the same here. See, sort of like that funny sort of C shape. And a couple of those. I'm going to do them all at once. Maybe a couple there. So they're a little bit more random in terms of what the colours go. Now this sort of lighter purple in there. So sort of blending it and working it as I go. There we are. See, I'm not overdoing it really, just adding a little bit over the top and again sort of around that bit of white there. I'll say you'll feel it more than see it on if you've got a bright or a light tile. See it going around it, so it's a lot thicker here than there, you see? And same there. And a couple of bits here there. See, it looks like these need a little bit of silver or gold, don't they? A bit of gel pen or something. So let's bring my white back in. I'm going to sort of create that little circle again. It's going to sort of blend in the colours around it a little bit. There we go. And just sort of working the colours together. Same up here. They're quite small, so they're going to be very forgiving. So don't worry if it's not blended completely, it's fine. So I'm going to come back in with that purple, just add a touch on the edge. Only if you need to. I think mine will benefit from that a little bit more there. That's it, it's not to worry about it. They're only little. And just a little bit more of that again. Of course, if we got more time, you could build these up in layers, but because they're quite small, we don't really need it that much. So let's have a look then at the orange combo. What do I have here? So I've got a orange. I'm going to bring in, I've got like a golden sort of yellowy colour and the white. I might need a red, but I'll see how I get on with these. Oh, goodness me, yeah. Macro tile book. Do. I know that we're looking at doing a box for your tiles. So that won't be long. Let's keep nagging John about that one. Oh, I'm going to do all of them while I'm going. Remember, I put my white in at the beginning, so I don't need to go back and do that for a minute. Let's fill in those there. Yes, I'm not doing all the bubbles. I'm just going to do these ones that I can sort of add a bit of colour into. So I'm back in with that sort of a goldeny, there you go, goldeny yellow colour. Yeah, go. We're on it. It should be done by the end of the month, easy. Okay. So see now, because I'm coming in with, I've got a yellow and an orange, it takes a little bit more work to blend them together. Not much at all here there. But then of course if you bring that white back in, it just helps it out a little bit. There you go. And I think I am gonna bring in a bit of red as well. I've actually got a sort of a reddy orange. There you go. So it just needs that little bit more darkness there. Okay. These not so much because they're really tiny. Okay, let's have a look at this then. All right, so we've got a bit of colour in there. It just gives it that little bit of a change, doesn't it? So I'm going to come in with my regular pen. I'm going to put some white pencil on in a minute, but let's come in with a pen just for a minute. I'm going to go a bit bigger. You see, remember this sort of first line that we drew? What I want to do is come in and redefine it, but not everywhere. I'm just going to draw it up to here, so where I've done those little lines, and then back along to here, ignoring that around there, and back along all the way up to there, and then the same here. Go. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. Right there. So just where we've got those little shapes, and we're going to leave the top end without any extra pen there. I'm not going to put any there. So, all right. Now I'm going to come in with my white chalk pencil. You can do this with your white pencil, but you're going to get a more defined sort of effect with these. It will go over more things. Yeah, so I'm just going to go in where I've got those little sort of highlights anyway. I'm just going to accentuate them with that pencil. Same sort of here. Okay, and then along this line, I'm just going to do a little bit, just where I drew that black line earlier. Just sort of take it around a bit. So if it's on a light tile, you're not going to see a huge amount, but I think it makes a difference. It's nice to sort of do. Okay, so let's have a look at that. Doesn't want to zoom out today. There we go. All right, so I think, yeah, I'm going to add a little bit more pencil around the edge. It just needs a little bit more. We just want to bring it out. So there you go. I'm just going to sort of do that middle bit there, and then just sort of soften it. I'm not going to go as far as before because it's already been shaded, so this is like a second layer almost. Look at the difference that's made. And then same on this one. And just working my way around. Okay, just sort of around that bottom edge there. Oh, you're welcome, Lane. You can see what it looks like now before you use your colours, unless you're going to use them in maybe more orange and purple. You could always actually colour this line in if you wanted to as well. There's lots of options. And of course, if you've got a white pen, you could have a little white highlight on each of those. But I do have a silver pen, so I can actually come in and just add a little bit of silver to those little bits there. Just going to come where that black dot is. Just add a little bit in there. Yeah. There we go. Just a touch. Nothing too crazy. And then back in with my black. Let's have a look at that. I'll start at this end, let it give a chance to dry. I'm going to draw around it. There you are. And then put those dots back in. Oh, there you go. Draw around it, put the dots back in. Same sort of thing there. Sometimes it's just about picking up on those extra little bits that we want to stand out and leaving the rest sort of in the distance. So there you go. I'm going to just make sure if you're using a gel pen, it's dry before you try and go around it. So it'll argue with you a little bit. There you go, what difference that makes. And then just sort of around these ones, and then joining those in. And of course I didn't do it on there. Just add a touch of silver in there. I'll put these in, give it a chance to dry for a minute. And around. Just don't want to sort of touch the gel pen with yours. Alright, let's have a look. There we go. So we've actually now got this sort of swirl standing out a little bit more, which is what we wanted. So I'm going to have a look. Let's do I want it this way? I like it this way actually. I think that's really nice. So I'm gonna even put my signature sort of this way, so I remember how I liked it like that. So there we go. So number 247 with a little bit of a hint of colour, and colour choice from Lynn with her purple and orange, so give it a go. And of course we mentioned colour, and we've looked at the board behind, a lot of flowers on there. So what I've done for the new stencil, because yeah, it's a new stencil, usually I put, I don't know, maybe 3 different sets of instructions in there for you to do 3 different items. But this time, what I've actually done, I've got a little bit different. I've actually gone to a thinner kind of paper so I can staple it all together, because there's a lot of instructions here. So not only have I done instructions for 3 flowers, I've actually done instructions for 10 different flowers. So I'm just going to show you the front bit where you can see what you're going to be able to do, and instructions for all those different flowers in there, even down to how to shade them, because I know with some flowers, let's look at this one for example, here we go, so there's the outline, how to actually shade these flowers so you get a decent looking image. There we go. So that's coming, but I've actually got, I came up with 12 different flowers, but I can't fit them all in the book. So what I'm probably going to do is set up a session where you'll get a link in with your product that you can come and join me on a Zoom class and work out. We can do the other 2 or 3 flowers that I wanted to put in there as well. So that should be fun. So if you're around on Thursday, I'll be demonstrating that in one way, shape or form, along with a few other products. But yeah, have a lot of fun with it. But yeah, back to your tile. Enjoy this. Have a bit of fun with it, and let me know how you get on. So, okay, is there a poppy? There isn't a poppy, but it was going to go in the book, but I can show you how to draw one. And yes, it will be on the website, but not until it's been on Hobby Maker. So anybody wanting it from America too, I shall probably take it to Crafters with me on the 24th. So yeah, there's your answer, Kathy. Yeah, I do sell to US customers. So whether you come direct or whether you go via Crafters TV, I know their postage is a little bit better than mine because they post a lot more out. So yeah, there's always ways. So, okay, have fun, everybody, with this one. Enjoy, and I will see you soon. All right, you take care. Bye.